Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is MrSonicManu, and welcome to The Monster Inside. So as you can see on the title screen, Monster Inside, or The Monster Inside, is an audio-visual novella, or novel, by Random Seed Games. I heard it's not really creepy, not really a horror game, but it's more of a thriller type of deal going here. But let's find out what exactly it is, shall we? Let's hit start. The Monster Inside, an audiovisual novella by Random Seed Games. My head pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I'd had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. The music kind of gives it this noir type of vibe here. I like it. Yeah, a man at his desk, just like any noir film. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Vanetti's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much, or were trying to drown me in paperwork. It was a slow month, weeks since I'd had any real case to work on, so I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bedsheet. Oh. I don't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see, afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. Mirrors are just scary in general. Why would you want to look at yourself in the mirror okay, why would you want to look at yourself in the mirror if you don't try to see how you look, like when you're trying to get ready for the day? Just like staring at it randomly? That's kind of creepy, because what if you see someone behind you? That's a big no-no. Let's keep on going, shall we? The girl came in so quiet and nearly choked on my cigarette. Is a gal coming in? Mister? Please, you gotta help me, mister. Calm down now. Sit and talk slow. Yeah, what can I help you with? You ever hear of knocking first? I'm gonna go this one. Okay, thanks. It's just, no one will listen to me. Just tell me your tale. I'm listening. She eyed me with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a hand full of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. What are the pills for? Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspapers, the infamous banker Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. I should have brought water for this game. I had no idea it was going to be an audiovisual novel like this. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philandering bastard, but this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Excuse me. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. Did she kill the wife? Huh. You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's gotta be in trouble. I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? Case looks pretty simple to me. You go with that one. Well, Mr. Jack. You can't just tell me Jack. Just tell me Jack. Jack, whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would have never left without me. He promised me. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. I gotta get used to doing the voices again. Please, the cops won't listen to me. They want to bring him on charges. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him. Honestly, I doubt they are in too much of a hurry. I don't have any choices, so I have to click on it. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets, probably why they hadn't found much yet. If they found him and brought him in it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. You got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find. I can help you. Well, we'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now. This one. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you, but please be careful. I don't think this was just any murderer or kidnapper. I think it was a beast. Oh, jeez. Are we dealing with a werewolf here? Beast? With a question mark? The word struck me funny, like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. Not a word many use these days, except in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, alright. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges, but I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years, back when I was still a cop myself. So I used to be a cop. Well, that's definitely an interesting theory. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at this sort of thing. Sure, can't you see how busy I am with cases? I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. Oh. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I didn't know if she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. That night, I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something the other cops had missed. Next chapter. Ooh, next chapter! Wonder how long this game's gonna be, though. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding the things others overlook. That's nice. A knack, more of a symptom of a condition. Other less useful symptoms I kept in check, but for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. I'm not sure if you guys seen Who Killed Markiplier, but every time I look at a, a chalk outline of a dead body, I always think I'm gonna see like a crotch because of that stupid scene in that video series. But anyway, let's keep on going. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. What does he mean by that? Seduction. A strange familiar smell. Is he the beast? I expect the scent of a trepidation or maybe even outright fear, but Miss Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left this world. So she was having sex before she died? Brought new meaning to a crime of passion. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. I don't understand what's going on right now. Investigate the scene. I'm going to investigate the scene. Oh! So you get to interact with stuff? Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. But cops don't wear $2,000 pairs of carquinos. It looked like Mr. Farnsworth was there that night and walked us away on his own 2 feet. Huh. What else can we investigate? Oh, this. What's this? A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my fingers along its length and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't just any burn mark, this was the mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops could have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural was at play here? Was Mr. Farnsworth a beast? Could it be that? I have a feeling it is. But I was no stranger to the strange. After looking around for a while longer, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me, so I trudged back to my apartment and my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. Next chapter? I wonder how many chapters are in this game. The next morning I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside, seemingly afraid of what I might say. She finally worked up the courage to ask. So, what did you find? Well, I got some good news. Farnsworth might still be alive. Not sure about beasts, but something natural is at play. Might be right to worry about monsters. Found a spells mark. We'll go with the middle one. A natural? How do you mean? A spells mark, rarely seen these days, but unmistakable. I can't give you details, but I'm looking into it. I'm gonna go with the top one. What does that mean? What about Reggie? Do you know where he might be? Found his footprint. Seems like he got out safely. Oh, I just want the first one. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. I have a dry throat right now because I keep on reading. I need water. I don't have enough in here. Never mind. Okay, we're just gonna keep on going. But you don't know where he went. But you don't know where he went? Do you think the news this morning is related? I gotta get used to doing the voices. What news is that? Haven't you heard? Yeah, but maybe you should tell me what you know. What's the top one? They found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night. Let me guess. Chief Amato is missing too? My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction, which confirmed my suspicions, but it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief. He was half the reason I left the force, but now his wife was dead and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain at my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. I'm thinking Farnsworth is like the beast in question here. Like he's probably something happened, someone cast a spell on him, and he turned into some sort of werewolf, killed his wife, ended up killing the police chief's wife too, and then I feel like Lily is probably gonna die in this game. Hopefully I'm wrong. We'll see though. Let's go investigate some more. That night after the cops had cleared out of the docks, I would slip down and see what I would uncover concerning Mrs. Amato's untimely demise. Next chapter. These chapters are like short, quick. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil, and... Could it be? Could it be what? That smell again, like someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as perfume. Is Mr. Farnsworth turning into a werewolf and having sex with random women? I feel like it is. It made like a long forgotten memory, but the essential fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands, shaking, the nightmares, the headaches. Or are we the werewolf? No, I was better now, reformed. I had to focus, no jumping to conclusions, follow the evidence. And best I got the same. What's this? Red Phoenix cigarettes. Same shitty brand I smoke every day. Everyone's got their vice. What else? What's over here? There, just there, the smallest piece of purple fabric, torn and caught in the splinter of the board. The police report didn't say anything about Mrs. Amato wearing purple. It was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads. I pulled out my own pack of reds and lit up. I could already feel another headache coming in, but looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. Next chapter? Fifth chapter, right? Honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently, I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire next day? The monster inside! We're the werewolf! Watch me be right! We're the werewolf! We killed Lily! The newspaper was sitting under the door. As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up the paper, I could already read the headline. Breaking. Mayor missing, wife found dead. 2 cases is a coincidence, 3 is a pattern. The cops would come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days worth of inhibitor pills. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side. Okay. We're gonna kill Lily soon, I feel like it. Jack, where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day. I'm sorry, Lily, but I don't have time to talk. I have to go. I've just been busy. I'm off to Mr. Benetti's crime scene. Okay, but we need to talk when we get back. Stay safe. Oh boy. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay, but it would be a lie. Next chapter. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Mayor Benetti and his wife lived. There's another crotchless cutout of the body, or chalk outline of the body. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash to evidence. Investigate the scenes. Look at the trash first. Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags usually mean someone was dumping documents. If you're lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot. Shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes. I knew Mayor Benetti was crooked. This was unbelievable. And there was more. Letters between Mayor Benetti and Chief Amato, talking about me, how they were trying to get me shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one. Investigate this scene. Oh, the car. Benetti's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't he have left his car? It didn't make any sense. Honestly, wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high, and my bet was edging towards unthinkable. As I searched around for anything that might assuage my fear, I caught the scent again. It overwhelmed my other senses with an undulating pleasure. It was intoxicating, a weapon used on the weak-willed, a weapon I knew all too well, though it had been many years since I had used it. Was there another like me? Was I being framed? Or are you the only one out there? There's no one like you and you're the one committing these crimes. Or maybe I'm wrong and it is someone else. I don't know. It wasn't possible, was it? I was taking my inhibitors. I was reformed. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses. I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back out the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch, though. My watch. I am right! How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. I took the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. Ooh, this is getting good. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would probably show up any minute to knock the door down and cart me away. They would put it together before long. Maybe it would be best for everyone if I simply face my own reflection. Do it. But Lily was still there waiting for me. Jack, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. My own ghost, come back to haunt me from the past. You're not making any sense, Jack. Come sit down. You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I took a good last look at her as I prepared to shove her out the door. I noticed she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. It is Lily who's the bad guy. Odd that I hadn't really noticed before, but it made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you! You are the monster, succubus! Oh, Jack, we are the one and the same, you and I. We're both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true natures, as you have in this. Those men were probably dead too, now I figured. She probably took them to her lair and harvested their seed. So you've done all this just to wake me up? You could say that, though. It seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believed you were still capable of such horrors, which means deep down you probably are. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed. Took my watch? Messed with my head? Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone, and now they are gone. I mustered the strength to stand again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I never met a succubus who seduces and kills women. Oh please, such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to pleasure of the flesh. And she's a lesbian woman. But I do still need an incubus like yourself to take that tainted seed that I've harvested from those awful men and plant it among the frail masses for me. I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. Ha 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 ha. It's so creepy. That maniacal laugh. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking in my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet off of the corner mirror. Lily was blinded by her own reflection, and sucked into the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream. Trapped. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk side drawer, aimed it at the mirror, and fired. Whoa. You done? Oh, wow, that was pretty good. That was a really good game. Oh, he made other games too. Lacuna Passage, Time Frame. I'm gonna have to take a picture of these real quick. And maybe I'll play on the channel. Maybe, but yeah, that was The Monster Inside. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to hit the like button down below. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this game. Did you like the mystery behind it? And if you predicted, just like me, that we were the monster. What were your theories as you watched this video? And what conclusion did you come to as I was playing this game? Were you thinking that Lily was the monster all along, and were you right at the end? Or were you thinking that we were the monster all along, and figured out that you were wrong at the end? And if you want to see more from me, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, and also hit that bell icon too, to get notified when I upload new videos. I usually do gameplay videos, but sometimes I do other types of videos like vlogs, reviews, etc. Other types of videos that I think might best entertain you guys. But anyway, this is MrSonicManu signing off. I will see you guys in the next one.